taking on your trip, wherever you guys decide to head off to. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the ins and outs of the entire motorhome, so that way you guys can watch the video, and if you guys have any questions the time you pick it up, you could go ahead and ask it. So this compartment right here is just basic stuff. We have our hose in here. Here's a little carpet that you could put right up front of your motorhome, so that way you don't track a bunch of dust and everything inside of there. Here's some ramps right here. So what you do is, depending if you're on level ground or not level ground, you could get these ramps and you kind of just, you could set it like this, or you could build like a little thing, and you could put like some like that, and you could build a little ramp and have them go up to it accordingly like that. And you could drive your front tires on them, and that way it'll make it more level for when you're parking and stuff. It doesn't have to be 100% level. It's just more so for your comfortability when you're actually staying in the motorhome and walking around and everything. Oh, there's also a set of tools in here. Right here, there's a whole set of tools that just basic generic tools in case you happen to need them for anything that you need. There's an extension cord back there as well too, so you can just use that extension cord if you're too far away from the plug-ins and everything. There's a chair right there, just an extra chair that somebody left behind that I just left in there. This step is a manual step, so you just pretty much just push it in, pull it out. Pretty simple as that. This right here is the little latch. It holds the door, this little thing's up, so you drop the latch and boom. This right here holds the door open in case you wanted the door to stay open right here. You just hold it like that, so that way it holds that open, and then you could shut your screen, so that way you just have your screen shut. Boom, and then that thing could slide like so. There's an outlet right here, an electrical outlet. So once you got to your destination, you could go ahead and plug in, and then this is an electrical outlet. You could plug stuff in from their outdoor lights or anything you want. Here's another storage compartment in here for all your guys' suitcases and knickknacks and everything. Back here, this hitch is not meant to tow a boat, not meant to tow anything. This is an aftermarket hitch. It is specifically meant if you have a bike rack. So that way you guys can put your guys' bikes on it. There's no tow capacity for that hitch. So just please make sure, do not tow anything with this RV. It is only for bikes only. There's a spare tire. Here is your electrical hookup. There's a key for it. It's on the key ring for you guys. And you just get this guy. So please make sure, some people leave this little adapter behind. I've always had to replace it. And this guy just gets plugged. You could either plug this guy into the power outlet or wherever you guys are hooked up, or if there's not that one, here's just your normal connector. And this goes for, you could just plug your extension cord into here and run the extension cord all the way to the outlet over there. And then there's a bunch of cord inside of here. So it's almost like 15 feet of cord in here. So if you don't need the extension cord, you don't have to use it. It's just there, so that way you guys could if you want to. Inside of here is your sewer hose. So I actually have two sewer hoses. There's this one right here. And then if for any reason that one's not long enough, I have another one. Put that guy back on it. Oh, here, I'll show you the other sewer hose in a bit. Here's where your sewer connection is right here. So this is how you connect onto your sewage. You undo this cap like so. You undo the cap. Once you undo the cap, you then get that hose. And here, I'll show you with the other hose real quick. You get this. Here's the other hose in case this one's not long enough. Like I said, you could then get the other one right there. You get this guy, you put it on here, and you just twist it. Boom, and it connects onto it. Once it's connected, you have this down in the sewer drain. You pull the big one, is for the toilet, which is all the black water, which is your poop and toilet paper and everything. So pull the big one first. After the big one goes, then you pull the little one, and the little one is your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, and your shower and everything. So the soapy water will help clean out this hose and everything, so it's not so nasty when you take it off. Simple as that. You twist, get this guy, put it back on. Please make sure you empty out the RV before you return it. We do charge a dump fee, so if for any reason it is still filled up or anything, we just charge you a dump fee, or if you're not able to dump it, we could just dump it for you. So that sewer hose is in there. There's also a box of gloves in there too, so you're not messing with it with your hands like I just did. Here is your water connection. So all you do, pull that little guy off. You hook up your hose to this guy right here. And this is how you're gonna fill up your portable water tank. So on your motorhome, you have a huge water tank that holds water. And then if you get to an RV campsite, there is a hose where you're getting pressure from the city, from their water. And all you do is, it's right here. So it says pump city pressure. So look, Kenny, get over here. Well, show. This says pump city pressure. So if you're going to be using water from the city, you want both of the knobs to be up like that. So kind of like that. These mimic these little things right here. So if you're getting water from the city, you want both knobs up. If you want to fill your portable water storage tank on your coach, you want to push that knob down just like that, and then this knob to the side. And that will fill your portable water tank right on the other side of this wall. And winterize, guys don't have to worry about that. So that's how you fill up water, or you're gonna use the city's pressure for water. And then you just put this little cap back on right there. Simple as that. And that guy gets turned like that. Inside there is your propane. So some of you guys may be going on a long trip, and if you guys are going on a long trip and you guys need to fill up your propane tank, what you guys could do is, it's super easy. All you do is pretty much you put full, on the side of the freeway, they have gas stations, and at the gas stations it says LP fill. That's liquid propane, and that's a fill station for your propane. So if you're running out of propane or so, here's a gauge. We always try to give it to you guys on a full tank. Sometimes it may be at 3/4 or so. The gauge is a little teeny bit off, but right now it's at a half a tank. So if you happen to notice you're running out of propane, which your stove top's not working, your heater's not working, or something like that, come check your gauge over here. You may be empty. So you stop at a LP fill station, and a lot of gas stations where you see a huge propane tank there, they could typically fill up this guy. All you do is just drive right up and say, hey, I need you to fill this up, and they fill it up. Depending on how much usage you use on your trip, we may charge you a little bit additional, depending on your usage, like I said. If it's a little bit that you use and it was like a 4 or 5 day trip, it's nothing too much. But if you're on a month trip and you give it back to us on empty, we're gonna charge you additional for the propane. So that's where your propane tank's at. In here is where your sewage hose and your gloves are and everything, like I said. Right here is your generator. You shouldn't need to touch the generator. We get it serviced every 100 hours, so it's fully functional and ready to be used right now on your trip. So if you come with me, we'll go inside of the motorhome, and I'll show you inside of the motorhome how to operate everything else. So right here, right before you come in, there's a couple switches. So this is your battery disconnect. You always want to make sure this has a green light on right here. That means that your batteries for your coach is on, pretty much. That means your lights could work and everything on. With this off, it won't work pretty much. This is a little entry light, so right when you leave, you could just hit off, and right when you walk in, you bloop, turn it on, and it turns on all the lights inside of the motorhome. This is your little patio light that kicks on that light right there. That kicks that light on. Be mindful, if you guys have hookups, leave all the lights on if you want. That's no big deal. But if you do not have hookups and you're not using the generator, the lights eventually will kill the battery. So just be mindful, if you do not have hookups, just be mindful to turn lights off pretty much. Right here, right up here is how you turn on the generator. Here's where the hot water heater is and the pump. So the generator is kind of like a lawnmower. So on a lawnmower, you have to prime the generator by pushing the little red button in. And how you prime the generator is you hold the stop. And you see how that red light turned on? So what's happening is you're pumping gasoline into the generator. Hold it for about 3 seconds, that's pretty good, and then you hit start. And the puppy starts up right away. Now that the generator's on, we now have 110 throughout the entire unit. So now the microwave just turned on. The AC unit, we could use the AC unit, but with the generator off, you cannot have none of the power outlets, like that power outlet will not work. The microwave, the AC unit, because it all requires 110 volts, which when the generator's off, you only have 12 volts going throughout the entire motorhome and everything. So to turn on the AC unit, it's right here. And you could kick it all the way to low, medium, high. And simple as that, cold, colder, however you would like. And then I'm gonna go ahead and kick the generator off by holding stop. Right above it, right here, it says tank test. So when I hit tank test, all these things lights up. This is the black water holding tank. This is the gray water holding tank. Do not worry about both of these being filled up to the top. So what happens is, I know it says right now, it says holding full. Gray water is the third. It is not accurate. So what happens, because these storage tanks, they end up getting a piece of toilet paper or one little thing gets stuck on the sensor and it throws the whole thing off. So don't go by that. Just be mindful how much waste and sewage and everything you're putting down the sewer. And if you have a place to dump it, go ahead and dump it if you can. Like I said, those are not accurate, so don't pay attention to the holding or the gray. The liquid propane and the fresh water tank, those are pretty accurate. Right here is the water pump. So currently right now, we are not hooked up to the city or anything. So if I turn on the faucet, no water comes out. So what I need to do is I kick the pump on, and boom, it starts circulating the water, which it takes about a sec. Let's close it real quick. I'll let it pressurize. And then once it gets pressurized, then I could open it, and typically it works. I think I actually need to add some water to it. So currently right now, the storage tank is kind of empty. So I'll fill up the storage tank and add the water. But once there's water in the storage tank, then he's making me laugh. So once there's water in the storage tank, then it'll be able to circulate the water like that. So you do not need to have a hookup. So when you're driving or so, you want to wash your hands real quick, you could kick the pump on and it'll circulate the water from the storage tank once it's filled up, because right now it's on empty. Here's the hot water heater. Simple as that. Kick it on. And it takes about 30 to 45 minutes for the hot water to heat up. The hot water is heating up from the propane, and it uses a lot of propane. So just be mindful. Right here, if you flip a UE, here's a little temperature gauge, and it shows the temperature inside. So kind of cool little thing. The blinds, grab it from the middle, pull it down. Grab it from the middle, push it up. You grab it from one side, it may kind of throw it off track a little bit, so just be mindful. The seat belts. The seat belts, after you open up and close the bed, sometimes the seat belts happen to fall underneath. So you just kind of reach your arm in between here, and you could pull out the seat belts. There's 2 seat belts here. There's 2 seat belts here. There's 2 seat belts here, and obviously the driver and the passenger seat belts. In order to turn this into a bed, what you do is you just grab it from the middle, bloop, and it folds down into a bed. This thing, in order to turn this into a bed, you grab it from both sides and kind of just wiggle it up, pull it up, boom. Then you pull the poles up, both poles get removed, and then all of the cushions get removed. Once all the cushions are removed, then you want to lay this thing this guy lays down. It's a kind of tight, snug fit, but you gotta remove the cushions first. But as soon as the cushions are removed, pretty much, the cushions are removed, you lay that thing flat, and then you put all 4 cushions down, and it lays flat into a bed right there. The lights are all right here, just little finger toggle lights right here. Same thing with the blinds, pull up, pull it down. These are little cup holders, boop, boop, little cup holders we got. This is the bed for the top. So I'll show you this. So this is I built a little reinforcement thing for this one for the kids, so that way it makes it easier for the kids to go up and down. You grab these 2x4s and they kind of just slip right into place right here. Kind of is a little wonky, but once that happens, then you grab the ladder. And the ladder hooks up onto both of these things. So now it makes it really sturdy for this ladder. Your kids could go up and down it. Very simple and easy. I always take these 2x4s off and put it up there for them. And then you guys could put it back because it kind of blocks the pathway when you're driving and everything. So that's how you do the ladder. If you wanted to have this off when you're driving, this could get taken off and pushed back over there too. This is just a little Velcro thing. It's a little vent too. You could open up this vent right here. And then if you didn't want it, so for like when you're sleeping or so, you can just cover that up, and it makes it pretty dark up there, which is pretty cool. Over here is a little table for cutting board, cooking and stuff that just pops right up. Stovetop, basic stovetop. You got the lighter that I have in here. Please don't take the lighter on when you guys leave. All you do is turn it, and voila, simple as that. I'll put the lighter back in here for you guys. In here we got trash bags for the outside. A little pop-up trash bin is inside of there. There's trash bags for there. There's also trash bags for the little garbage inside. It's all in there. Here is the refrigerator. So the refrigerator's right here, and to turn it on, you just push on. Boom. Simple as that. This should never say check. If it ever says check, that means that it is not cooling. So just make sure it never says check. You shouldn't have to touch anything except for on. If it ever does say check, what you do is you push it off, and then you push it, wait like 5 seconds, and then you just push it back on. And it automatically will relight the refrigerator itself. And when you plug in, it automatically switches from propane to the electricity. So you don't need to do anything for it. Just make sure it never says check. If it says check, it's not cooling. You could turn it on, turn it off. And like I said, as soon as you plug in, it automatically goes to electricity. Here's little drapes for this bedroom right here. So it kind of isolates that little bedroom. The heater thermostat is right here. So this is the heater thermostat. You pretty much just, if it's wintertime, you just normal thermostat, kick it on, off, heater thermostat. Bring your own bedding sheets. I have this little foam mattress, which makes it super comfy to sleep on. But bring your own bedding sheets, your own pillows, your own cookware, your own silverware, everything like that. We try to keep it as empty as possible, so that way it's easier for our cleaners to come in and clean everything from top to bottom, and then that way you're not using everybody else's bedding sheets and pots and pans and silverware and everything like that. So just, like I said, be mindful, bring all that stuff, please. And here is your throne and your shower. We'll go ahead and stock it. We always put toilet paper. Like I said it before, if you guys are going on a month-long trip or so, you guys run out of toilet paper, what you guys could do is the best toilet paper to use is the dollar store. The dollar store is cheap, really thin, and dissolvable. Please don't put hand wipes, baby wipes, tampons, paper towels, anything like that down the toilet. It will clog it. and then I'll get a phone call from you probably. So like I said, toilet paper's there. Inside of here are our green gobblers. So these things are just little teeny, let me open it up. Got you a brand new pack, guys. So these things, all you do is after you dump your sewer tank, and it's like on an empty tank, you just get one of these little Tide Pod looking things, and you open up the toilet, drop catapult, and that's it. What that does is it helps dissolve all the poop and the toilet paper and everything of that sort, so none of it gets stuck in there, and it also is a sense thing too, so it helps make it smell a little bit better. So just every time you dump or so, or every other time, you could go ahead and just throw one of these little things in here. You could always read the directions on the back if you have any other questions. There's a toilet scrubber in here too. If you leave some skid marks on the toilet scrubber's right there. Here's the light for when you walk in the bathroom. Boop, boop. Little shower curtain, standard shower, hot, cold, and everything. Other than that, oh yeah, here's so if you go number 2, you could always, oop, I gotta fix that. Yeah, the switch looks like it got a little loose, but this fan pretty much kicks on, and that way it just pushes all the nasty smell out and everything. Other than that, I believe that should be it for the rest of your trip. If you have any other questions, you could go ahead and ask us when you pick up the RV, and enjoy your trip. All right, guys, Kevin here again. So in regards to the pump, how there was no water going through, it's because you have to have these two upwards like that, and it says pump or city pressure. So the reason why no water was coming out before was because I had it on tank fill. One was down, one was to the side. So if you want to have the pump circulate the water around the motorhome, you kick the pump switch on like I showed you earlier in the video, and you have to have it on both of these little knobs upwards like that, and you'll have water pressurized. Also, in regards to the reverse camera, you guys, kind of tricky, but pretty straightforward. So I'll start it up for you guys. So in order to get the reverse camera on, hold on, let me let the deck turn on real quick. Oh, agree. So in order to get the reverse camera to go on, you get the lights and you turn them on. Just turn the lights on, and then now, as soon as you hit it in reverse, it'll automatically pull up the reverse camera. As soon as the lights go off, so I'll turn them off the lights, it'll say no signal. It's because the Bluetooth reverse camera is hooked up to the lights back there. So you have to have the lights on, and boom, the reverse camera pops up right away. Be mindful when you stop the vehicle, turn off the lights, because it will kill the battery. And you'll notice, I mean, the lights are obviously on, off. Pretty straightforward. All right, guys, enjoy your trip.